A Trump supporter was caught on camera attacking a cameraman during the president's rally in El Paso. Now, the BBC's Ron Skeens was recording video of Trump speaking to the crowd about immigration when he was attacked by a Trump supporter wearing a MAGA hat. Now, I want to show you the video of what happened, and then we'll break it down.
Americans, Hispanic Americans, and Asian Americans have reached the lowest level in the history of our country.
All right, so look, that's what happened. Notice how the crowd was saying, let him go. Now, look, I got to give credit to the guy who was there who actually did restrain him and stop him from beating up that reporter. He was actually, look, he's probably a Trump supporter. He's wearing the MAGA hat and everything. But at least he's like, hey, dude, calm down. You got to get out of here. This is not good. So I actually got to give that guy a little bit credit. But everybody else, I mean, the people who were shouting, let him go, they wanted that guy to let the guy go who attacked a reporter, maybe to finish what he started. That's scary, man. That's really scary. In fact, Skeens he later told the BBC that the man who had not been identified shoved him hard from his blind side. So it was a sneak attack. How cowardly, right? And the cameraman was not sure what had actually happened at first. So are you just going to come up and blindly attack somebody for no reason? Just because he's actually filming a thing. He's not saying anything. He's not doing commentary. He's not saying, oh, Donald Trump's lying. He sucks, whatever. No, he's literally just holding a camera and filming the rally per his job. And yet, that's enough, apparently, to upset some Trump supporters. Jeez, man. Now, BBC Washington editor Eleanor Montague, who was also at the event with Skeens, said, look, this is what happens with Trump's rhetoric. She said, the crowd had been whipped up into a frenzy against the media by Trump and other speakers all night. This isn't at all shocking, right? Now, of course, there are some reports that say that maybe alcohol was a little bit of a factor. So this guy might have been drunk and then egged on by Trump and the rest of the speakers. And that, look, that's not an excuse. That's not a good excuse, right? But here we go, right? That's maybe what they're going with. But look, what do you think happens when you call media that reports accurately on you fake news and the enemy of the people? What happens? What happens? People start to believe it. And then they start treating you as the enemy. And sometimes it turns into a classic mob mentality where people actually get hurt. I mean, what he's doing specifically is stoking a fire. I mean, all the time, you hear him, every interview, fake news, all the tweets. Fake news media, they're attacking me again. They're making things up. They're the enemy, and maybe they need to stop. And then, of course, they're trying to destroy me, which means they're also trying to destroy you because they hate you, and they're the enemy of the people. He's egging them on. And he won't stop. This isn't the first time, by the way, Trump has incited violence against the press, or has at least ignored the violence. I have a great example of him cheering on someone who actually did violence. You guys remember Greg Gianforte, right? Now, Greg Gianforte's from Montana, and he had body slammed a reporter. Well, now here's Trump in October of last year talking about Gianforte and actually giving him praise.
But Greg is smart. And by the way, never wrestle him. You understand that? Never. Any guy that can do a body slam, he's my kind of... He's my guy. I shouldn't say this because there's nothing to be embarrassed about. So I was in Rome with a lot of the leaders from other countries, talking about all sorts of things. And I heard about it. And we endorsed Greg very early. But I had heard that he body slammed a reporter. And he was way up. And I said, oh, this was like the day of the election or just before. And I said, oh, this is terrible. He's going to lose the election. Then I said, well, wait a minute. I know Montana pretty well. I think it might help him. And it did.
Anybody that can body slam, that's my kind of guy. Add into it, of course, the video of him, or retweeting the video of him body slamming, what was it? Somebody with the CNN face superimposed of it, or the logo. I mean, come on, man. This guy does incite violence against his enemies. And he loves to say, oh, no, those are my people. Those are my guys. Keep on doing that. There are numerous examples of him inciting violence at his rallies. He's a disgusting person. And look, is it any surprise then when somebody actually does what he says? Of course, later on he'll go, oh, no, I didn't do that. I didn't tell them to do that. Oh, no, I'm the victim and the media is attacking me again by making up these falsehoods that we're inciting violence. No, dude, it's gaslighting. That's what that is. And if it's one thing that Donald Trump does all the time is try to gaslight us. Come on. Overall, though, one more thing. I just got to point out, it's pretty dangerous to be a reporter now. Not just in the United States. It's actually far more dangerous to be in other places a reporter. Freedom of the press is being attacked all over the world, and now in America. And that, I think, has very dangerous implications for democracy. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.